A bit of housekeeping. This is going to be at least a two-part series. This part is what I have been trying to scream from the mountains, trying to warn everybody since 2010. I don't have the time to put in video, so it's just going to be a static visual. The second part, I will make a video for it. I don't know right now if I'm going to include everything in this or just make a new one, but we will figure it out as we go along. Anyway, I want to say thank you for listening, and I hope you not only comprehend what I have been trying to warn people about, but that you take it and you implement the changes you personally can make to start protecting yourself. For over a decade, we've been told a story that social media connects us, that it empowers democracy, that it gives a voice to the masses. This is not that story. This is the story of the largest psychological operation and data confiscation scheme ever deployed against a global population. This is a story of a system designed to rig elections, disseminate propaganda, and monitor your every thought, all under the guise of a United States government program called Civil Society 2.0. And it started officially with a single press release from the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, in 2010. The Library of Congress, the official record keeper of the United States, announced it would be acquiring the entire archive of public tweets. Every post, every DM, every comment, every retweet, every like from 2006 onward. In their own words, they would receive and preserve a stream of all public tweets forever. Think about that. Your public thoughts, your private jokes, your political rants, your location check-ins, the photos of your family, all now deemed to be a national record. They built a library, not of books, but of you. The archive quickly ballooned to over 170 billion tweets. They were collecting nearly 500 million tweets every single day. This is the most detailed record of human thought and behavior in history. And they have it. So, what can you, the individual, do with this treasure trove of public discourse? It's not made available online, so you can't look it up. But you can file a FOIA request. You can ask to see what they've collected on a topic, on a person, or even on yourself. But you will be denied. The library states that, quote, significant technological challenges, end quote, prevent public access. Technological challenges? For the institution that holds the sum of all human knowledge? They have the data, they can preserve it, but you cannot see it. Ask yourself, why build a library whose books no one is allowed to read? The only logical answer is that the library was never built for you. It was built for them. It's a database for analysis, for profiling, for control. This is not preservation. It's preparation. Civil Society 2.0 was never about giving you a voice. It was about giving the system, a corrupted system, I might add, a microphone into your mind. The platform is a Skinner box, and we are the rats. The goal is to learn what makes you tick, what makes you angry, what makes you afraid, what makes you click. By analyzing your data, they can map your emotional triggers with surgical precision. Once they know your triggers, they can feed you a curated reality. They can stoke your fears to keep you engaged. They can inflame your anger to make you compliant. They can present you with a threat that only their proposed solution can solve. This is how you get an entire population to demand policies that are against its own interest. This is how you divide and conquer. This is not about left versus right. It's about the system versus you. The chaos is a feature, not a bug. A confused emotional population is a controllable population. And when you step out of line, when the memes and the posts start to break their narrative, the other shoe drops. We are now seeing people arrested for non-violent posts, for jokes, for dissent. The very data you freely provided, the posts in that Library of Congress archive, are now being used as evidence against you. You are building the case for your own prosecution. In late 2025, a flicker of transparency emerged. X, formerly Twitter, introduced a feature showing the country where an account was based. The stated goal was to fight troll farms and inauthentic behavior. For a brief moment, the masks started to slip. And what did we find? We found that numerous accounts pushing hardline political narratives and claiming to be everyday Americans were actually operating from Nigeria, Bangladesh, Iran, and so on. And then the bombshell. Users captured video evidence showing that the official account of the United States Department of Homeland Security was based in Tel Aviv, Israel. Let's be perfectly clear. This was not text in a tweet. This was not a rumor. This was data pulled directly from X's own server and displayed by X's own feature. Citizens recorded their screens as proof. The response was immediate and brutal. Both X and the DHS called it misinformation and manipulated media. They denied it outright, but then they did something far more telling than any denial ever could. They removed the feature that could expose inauthentic accounts was taken offline for all government agencies, but remained for the masses. They didn't fix the so-called glitch. They silenced the whistleblower. If the data was wrong, why not correct it and show the true location? Why remove the entire mechanism for transparency? This incident proves two things. One, the tools for public oversight do exist. Two, the second they are used to scrutinize power, they are taken away. The message is clear. You must be transparent. They must be opaque. So where does this leave us? We have a permanent secret database of our digital lives. We have a propaganda engine that manipulates our emotions. We have the criminalization of nonviolent speech. And we have the active suppression of tools that could expose government corruption and the elite. This is the true face of civil society 2.0. It's a global panopticon. Your biometric data from photos, your behavioral habits, your social connections, your political leanings. It's all being compiled, stored, and sold. This data is not just being used to sell you shoes. It is being used to assess your threat level, to determine your creditworthiness, to predict your behavior, to silence your dissent. They know which emotions make you compliant. They know which news will make you angry. They know who you talk to. They have the receipts going back to 2006. The danger is not a future sci-fi nightmare. It is happening right now. People are losing their livelihoods over posts. They are being arrested for memes. The framework is built for something far more sinister. Your privacy is not about having something to hide. It's about having something to protect. Your right to think, to speak, and to exist as a free human being without being profiled, manipulated, and controlled by an invisible digital hand. This is the dire danger we are in. It's time to open our eyes before the invisible cage is permanently locked shut. They have the data. They control the narrative. They are removing the transparency. What will you do?